Hey guys, my name is Rushat Thakore, and for this video we will be exploring racial inequality in entertainment media. So, where to begin? The topic of racism is so widespread and has been covered so much throughout time that I decided to center this research around something I think we can find at least a little bit of interest in, which are superheroes. Most recently, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or MCU for short, has joined the battle for racial equality. In the recent Disney Plus show, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, creator Malcolm Spellman challenges the idea of the classic American patriot Captain America and the race this icon can be. For the first time, an MCU product has presented a racial agenda in hopes to not only open up more people to the idea of a black Captain America, but to the idea that the symbol of the American hero does not have to be a handsome white man with blonde hair and blue eyes. Spellman's work on the show has brought up controversy amongst conservatives and superhero fans alike, by adding what many see as political propaganda to what has historically been a science fiction beat-em-up universe. Comic book diehards everywhere know the exact time and date that Captain America was born, so it should be no surprise that contextually, Steve Rogers eventually retires and passes the mantle to his black brother-in-arms Sam Wilson. Despite Spellman and Disney maintaining the sacred comic accuracy that so many fans cry for, it is the same fans that complain the most about Captain America being a black man. While the values of the character remain the same, it is merely the color of their skin that separates them. To put this into perspective, when President Obama was elected, he was not accepted right away. Being a major historical moment, conservatives were not happy at the change of times. This, however, symbolized a major progress point in black history as it comes full circle from slavery to running the country. This brought up the questions, however, that with a black man running the country, is he or any black man capable of being the symbol of America? Is a person of color capable of bearing the mantle of the beacon of hope and freedom that the president represents? The stars and stripes, red, white, and blue, a Bud Light. When visualizing true Americanism, or more specifically, the physical embodiment of an American, what does it mean? Stereotypically, it is thought to constitute blonde hair, blue eyes, and a muscular physique. Throughout all of Steve Rogers' comic iterations, he has maintained this core look. However, when analyzing his character, he is a soldier that represents America and is universally recognized as the American patriot. However, if you look past the big star on his chest, similar to many white Americans, Rogers had an ample amount of his opportunities laid before him. When discussing his successor, Sam Wilson, he struggled with racism and distrust simply due to the color of his skin, while still fighting for the country and laying his life on the line. Black people everywhere have fought harder than anyone for their rights and equal opportunities, more so than white people. So why should white people be able to claim they are the undisputed symbol of American hope? While this is a topic many are reluctant to entertain, it delineates how there is a giant misconception with the entire way of American life. Dating throughout comic book history, there have been a multitude of characters that have come and gone. A select few, however, have reached a level of recognition well past just comic book readers, but to the level of a household name. These characters have been so well received that writers of the comics took to story spin-offs and created a counterpart for them, or more specifically, a black counterpart. Just to name a few, you've got Peter Parker and Miles Morales, the Spider-Men, Steve Rogers and Sam Wilson, your Captain Americas, and Hal Jordan and John Stewart, the Green Lanterns. All examples of black and white iterations of the exact same character. So, I'll ask you guys, after looking at those side-by-sides, which ones do you recognize better? I'd be willing to bet that it's the white version of their characters. If that's the case, don't worry, you're not a closeted racist. The truth behind the matter is the black counterparts have received significantly less character development and comic or TV appearances and are thus less recognizable. Coincidence? Maybe once or twice, but not to the extent that black heroes have been disrespected, as it gives the idea that these heroes were not created wholeheartedly, but rather just to please the public. But if you're still convinced that skin tone is enough to completely radicalize a character, maybe we can approach this from a different angle. This is when we're really going to start to get our hands dirty. There exists a thought experiment in the field of identity metaphysics known as the Ship of Theseus. The Ship of Theseus aims to target the true meaning of identity. Its concept reads as follows. At the time of which the ship's planks rot, they are replaced with new planks. When no original plank remains, is it still the Ship of Theseus? Secondly, if those removed planks are restored and reassembled free of the rot, is that the Ship of Theseus? Neither is the true ship, both are the true ship. While it is easy to get lost in the eloquence of this concept, it perfectly explains how despite changing core aspects of the ship and replacing it with new ones, neither ship is the true ship, but in fact both are. This can be applied to heroes and their racial prejudices with our very own two iterations of Captain America. Despite being succeeded by a black man, the white iteration is not the true Captain America simply because it is the original, but rather they are both the true Captain Americas because they both embody the true traits of the original. The ship of Theseus helped us understand that two different colored iterations are still two sides of the same coin, but if you think that's as bad as it gets, you're in for a surprise. The posters on the right were the official posters used during the promotion of 2018 film Black Panther. The Chinese and American versions, respectively, have the same core concept, however the Chinese version has lead actor Chadwick Boseman's face entirely covered, with intention to hide the black prominence of this movie. A USC professor and China specialist Stanley Rosen claimed that themes of most films with largely black cast will not be of interest to Chinese audiences. Despite the speculation, Black Panther went on to succeed with flying colors, amassing a $67 million opening weekend in China. Despite its success, this does not change the fact that Disney executives felt the need to cover their lead actor in their marketing run. Being the second largest theatrical market in the world, with the first being America, Disney execs opted to back the money rather than to back the actor with pride. They say lightning never strikes twice in the same spot, but for Disney that doesn't seem to be the case. While actually predating Black Panther, 2015 film Star Wars The Force Awakens faced a similar situation. Lead actor John Boyega, who plays Finn, found himself severely cropped and hidden behind the droid BB-8. It is also worth noting that Chewbacca was completely removed from the poster, for reasons I cannot explain. For those unaware, Chewbacca is essentially an animal and cannot speak English. For 9 movies he has made grunting and growling noises to earn the love of the public. So to see him go truly puts into perspective that anything resembling dark skin is not safe from redaction. As this video comes to a close, it's important we note our learnings from today. The fact of the matter is, racism exists and systematic racism has trickled down so far as to even affecting fictional characters and storylines. The entertainment industry especially is not free of this, showing time and time again that given a choice, they will chase the money rather than to do the right thing and support the actor or actress. Now, while superheroes and portrayal in entertainment media may be the last thing black people are concerned about, it does still carry a certain power to it. Superhero culture and comic books have a universally wide following, and if more representation was given to people of color in major roles, it could be seen as a step needed to advance the fight against racial prejudice. So with a major corporation like Disney finally taking a political stance such as supporting a black Captain America, it will ensure that generations to come will be raised more progressively. Kids today will grow up with a black Captain America poster on their wall and be unquestioning as to the race of him. As for them, it won't be unnecessary political propaganda, but just Captain America.